So if you haven't seen the pictures, what this is a huge diorama. The count has fluctuated for the figure kits involved in this thing of classic monsters. It's over 30 of them right now, all 1/6 scale, so fairly big kits. I think you'll recognize a lot of them. And this here is the basic skeleton of the laboratory that I'm working on. And I'll explain what some of the material is. Here is another scene, and here is yet another scene, and behind it you'll see more. Over here there's a lot of kits, and there's more scenes over there. And if we go behind, you'll see even more going on there. And if we go around this way, there will be even more going on back here. So, here's what I did. This laboratory here is kind of the centerpiece in a way, because there's a lot of kits involved in this. And what I did was wanted to recreate a bit of the scene from Bride of Frankenstein. And I'll set all the kits up so you can see what I'm planning on doing. And I added a lot of other kits to it. Right here, this hole that you see here is actually a one-way mirror that I'm experimenting with, and I think I got it figured out kind of good, where the Edison Frankenstein is behind a mirror. If you've ever seen the movie of the original Edison Frankenstein, you'll see at the end he's in this mirror, and you don't really know if it's real or Dr. Frankenstein's imagination, but I have the old, courtesy of Count Fritz himself, the old Edison Frankenstein kit, so he's going in there. On top here is King Kong, and you'll see more of this as we go. This window here on the outside will be the 1943 Wolfman looking in. Right here, I'll show you, I've built a lot of balsa wood structures for this lab, is decking, flooring, really, that Dr. Frankenstein and the bride are standing on. Here you'll see Dr. Pretorius, the monster will be coming in the door. We had a Halloween show 2 years ago where we had the golem fight the mummy. So I'm having the golem smash in through the wall here. As you see, a lot of balsa foam carving I've done. Not finished, but it's coming. Nothing's painted yet, obviously. That's an entire balsa foam wall with 3/4 plywood in between. So the balsa foam is actually sandwiching it. One layer on this side, one layer on the outside, since both sides are exposed. Same thing here, and same thing here. Then, as we come down this way, in this little section, you'll see the Phantom and Christine, the Lon Chaney Phantom. Okay. I also wanted to use, this diorama got so big that I actually had to use an old table that's actually the base now. As you see, there's a table now, which I'll probably have to cut in two if I want to transport this thing. Because I'm making this entire diorama so I can break it down and move it if I have to. It's a real pain in the neck, and it really slows me down figuring out how to do it, but hopefully someday I can bring this thing to Wonderfest. Down here, I'll show you what I did. It's an actual stairway coming out of a cellar, which will be the reptile from the Hammer movie, the reptile. Over here we will have Fay Ray, the John Tucky Exo Facto-ish distributed kit, which will be looking up at Kong. The Horizon creature will be right behind her, about to grab her. Of course, here you'll see the Wolfman looking into this window and the Golem. Then up here is the Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein Wolfman smashing through, catching the bat. You'll see a deck up here with the Charles Lawton Quasimodo. He's like the Fritz of the movie. As we pan over, there will be some water, kind of mimicking the sewers of Paris in a bit. And here we'll have the two mummies. We'll have the Lon Chaney mummy in full regalia, and the Karloff as Ardeth Bay behind him coming down these steps, having revived Caris with this ritual somehow. Out here we'll have battling werewolves outside with trees and everything, rocks. The Werewolf of London and Oliver Reed, Curse of the Werewolf. We'll have Maliva looking on. In the back somewhere, I am pretty sure I'm going to have The Curse of Frankenstein, Christopher Lee. We will have a mark as if the glass case, if you remember the movie, was dragged out as a failed experiment, and he's actually just now revived and has broken out of the case and is walking towards the lab, possibly. Or maybe sitting up. I haven't decided yet. Then, as we go over more, we will see Fritz and the original Frankenstein monster. Back here on this raised platform, you'll see the Bela Lugosi Janus Dracula and the Bride with the Thomas Kuntz, Nosferatu here, and they're having a stare down. Over here, we'll see a lot more stuff. Cesar from Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, the Lon Chaney Hunchback. Fritz has just finished whipping him, and now he's going to go whip the monster here. We'll see here in this archway will be Lon Chaney, a man in the beaver hat. He will be like the intro, pointing, saying, "Welcome to my diorama." And by the way, the name of this diorama, the working title right now, I'm calling it, is the Diorama of Miracles. And it will be a miracle if I ever get this thing done. Down here will be a German expressionist kind of street, like from Caligari, with a wall, and coming out of the wall will be the Christopher Lee mummy to engage Claude Rains, the father, and the Wolfman, who are fighting it out. We'll see a little newspaper article about how the Talbot family is now under the curse of the mummy, and all the descendants are being killed. So the mummy just came to find him. We'll see some expressionist-type houses here with the Frederick March Mr. Hyde. I may add the John Barrymore Mr. Hyde as well. In the arch on the Janus Dracula, you'll see little Damien from The Omen with his dog. And I'm probably forgetting a few. But here we go. We're going to move on. Most of this is with balsa foam. Carved, as you see. Freestanding balsa foam. You see? These are just brick walls. I use some of the bases every now and then. But most of the bases for these kits I'm not using. So here's what I did with the balsa wood.